First of all, we must see the fact that the election jitters and uncertainty has been substantially reduced, because we saw a very credible election, a very peaceful election, contrary to what the expectation of everybody. Definitely, this is going to translate to a very huge confidence in Nigeria. And whether you like it or not, Nigeria economic prospects are so huge. The developmental, all the things we complain about are opportunities to be developed. So what we've had over the years is the problems of how are we governed? Are we properly governed? Are we having issues? Those are the issues that came out on Saturday. Those are the reasons why Nigerians were determined to see that they do things right. And we are happy for that. And I think we are going to see a much more interested investor in the Nigerian market. For instance, the S&P downgrade was based on all the uncertainties and the fears that we're having, and the fact that we're going to, of course, with the 50% devaluation in the oil receipts, government is going to have challenges. But I believe that these are only challenges that are going to be for only a short time. So the S&P downgrade, I expect to move up. If not anything, but at least move up one bit, because one major risk has been removed. The entire world is watching this election, and the fact that it went so cleanly and so well is going to be a confidence booster for everybody. And therefore, we see that downgrade, the S&P downgrade, to be elevated very quickly. Maybe not to where it should be, but it will be elevated somehow. At least it will be stable to, it's no longer going to be going down. It will be at least stable to the rating of the Nigerian economy is now at least at worst stable to improvement. I think at this stage, everybody believes that our votes that we casted on Saturday seems to be counting. There seems to be a much more reasonable expectation of a stable government. If we have that, that boosts everything else that we're doing. I think the what we're seeing and the reaction of Nigerians to how the results are coming out, I'm pleased with it, shows that there is confidence returning back gradually. If you're familiar with the Phillips curve theory, is that we can even tolerate some inflation to allow for growth. Eventually, if we have sufficient growth, we will be able to outgrow inflation. So we have to be very careful in how we do it. As I explained during the press conference, there's a problem with the fact that there are three rates here: inflation, federal exchange rates, and the interest rates. They all work, in concert with the other. You cannot, if you move one, the other two react. What I'm saying is that we now have an opportunity to see that for the first time we are having single-digit inflation for over 2 years now. That means that, and we are seeing it trending down, because everybody expected that with the devaluation there was going to be a huge inflationary reaction. We haven't seen that. It moved from 8 to 8.4. That tells us that there is still room to manage inflation even down a bit. If government becomes a little bit more efficient, we are going to see more of the gains of how inflation can be managed down. We also see a situation where the foreign exchange rate has now been appropriately put in a place where the reaction to it is to ensure that all the luxuries, we are not against anybody, any luxury, and we're saying pay the appropriate price for it. If you must import milk from abroad when it's in Nigeria, then you should pay the appropriate price for it. We shouldn't be the ones subsidizing you. And that's the reason why we have advocated for devaluation to go along with the reduced oil prices, which has been the artificial thing that has been holding down our the growth rates. Now we are going to see regrowth. SMEs are going to be a major part of that. If you notice in the last few months, all of the banks now have a focus on the SMEs. And the SMEs are going to be what will drive the economy. So we need to give this interest rates impetus for them to be able to grow. Even us in the capital market are welcoming SMEs coming to the market. Somebody asked a question as to the alternative market. I am very confident that in 2 or 3 years, there will be a huge listings coming from all these SMEs that has been created today. So there's a good chance that is another area where the economy is going to find growth. And then, of course, entrepreneurship also means that we're going to address the issue of unemployment. All of us cannot be employed into institutions that we have today. We will have to create our own jobs. And SMEs will create these jobs. They will become bigger. They will increase productivity. They will employ more people. They will create more wealth. They will come to the market. The market will be able to sustain it. So it's a win-win all through.